Yo, we are live. I don't remember if I packed my AirPods or not. Um, yeah, very excited about this live stream. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about. Let me turn on all the chats so that I can see everyone's beautiful face. You know, you got to fix the toupee at the top of the episode. So, it is Saturday. It is beautiful. It's sunny, a little bit chilly. That's fine. I got a vest on, got a long sleeve shirt rolled up. We got a flex at the top of the episode. I got to show you the Vietnamese coffee. And we got a bunch of questions that we're going to answer, and we have a bunch of news updates that I want to answer for everyone. Bunch of people showing up already. Let's see who's here. Reading comments. That fellow there, certified T3 bot, is the first person here. Cowboy Swami, Miguel, what's happening, bro? James K, certified T3 bot and moderator. Cowboy says, in the building. Nick, Pramis, Dima. Miguel says, love your videos. Get your guns out. How many have you had of these? This is my first one of the day, so don't worry. I'm not going to get too wired before we start the live stream. Although, to be perfectly honest, I really did need this morning. I had a few things I had to take care of. I told the private Discord group that I was going live. Yes, that's right. We have a private chat, members only chat. It's nothing super fancy, but it's for channel members only. So if you're interested in joining that 24/7 chat where you can literally post whatever you want and I interact with you, then become a channel member. Jeez, it's that simple. Did the coffee quality drop? No, they actually are doing a good job again, thankfully. Okay, so here, we're probably gonna have to reiterate this a few times throughout this live stream as people jump in. But Dima says, real quick. Dima says the crazy thing is that it's January and the place Jory's at looks. Oh, the place Jory is at looks like midsummer. That's right. California never changes, by the way. But let me talk real quick about channel membership because a bunch of people have questions about it. So, certain channels, ever since, oh my gosh, Patreon, that's the word I was talking about. Ever since Patreon became a big thing, YouTube decided that they should have their own support service, channel support service, and that they should get a cut, essentially. They want to hold on to some money. So what they decided to do was channel memberships. So right next to where the subscribe button is on any of my videos, there should be a join button. Once you click that button, if you pay, I think it's like around $4 a month, you become a channel member, and most of that money, I think YouTube might take some, but most of that money actually does come support the channel, and it allows us to make all the content that we make. You will also get a link to join our Discord server where we post pictures, we talk to each other. It's a private chat, and it's moderated by Milcom and James K. Special thanks to Milcom for setting it up. Also, what we're doing for 2020 is there will be channel member only live streams once a week. And the topics will be on what they all decide in the Discord server. So each week we're going to talk about what we want to see in that private live stream, and then we're going to talk about it and review it during that live stream. But that's going to be for channel members only. Another thing that we're going to do is weekly in that Discord server, you'll be getting coupon codes for the T3 shop, and those coupon codes will only be good for people in that chat. So, yeah. Shane says, you're suggesting our members join. You're losing me here, sir. I don't know what you're saying, but it's fine. If you don't want to join, don't join. That's cool. Johnny Watches says $5.99 Canadian. I help out here and there when I get a chance. It's good to help Jory out. He brings the best watch content out there. Thank you so much, man. Miguel Werf says expensive. Lovely place though. California is super expensive. You're talking about the channel membership. I think it's pretty reasonable, $4 a month. I didn't set up that price. YouTube sets up that price. I know some channels have a tiered system, and I think you can charge all the way up to like $99. I won't do that because I think, why would I do that? Neil from Florida. Bremen, what's going on? Lama says, what are you drinking? I'm drinking Vietnamese coffee, and I do that every single Saturday. Joel from Kansas, what's going on? Lee Bishop is here. Mr. Purple says, feels like summer in New England, 65 degrees. Enjoy it, because it'll probably get a whole lot colder. Man, miss those New England winters. Just kidding. No, I don't. It's like probably around 60 degrees right now, where I'm at. And that feels like very, very cold. Nick Turka says, hey Jory, great to see you. What's going on? Junior Johnson says, hey Jory, first time on the channel. Just getting into the watch world. Enjoy the show. Thank you so much, man. Well, I think you've come to the right place. I actually have a whole playlist dedicated to the brand new watch collector. So if you're interested, maybe one of my moderators can link that. So if you link, if one of my moderators can post a link, excuse me, I can't talk today. If you click that link, there's a whole playlist that you can just binge watch that was curated by myself, and I think it's kind of a nice like map for the new watch collector. So it's all about stuff that I wish I knew when I first started collecting. So Johnny Watches says $4.99 Canadian. That's right. Okay, so it'll be $4.99 Canadian to become a channel member, or like $4 US. Milcom, the moderator, is posted the link. So if you want to just click that, you can see all the videos. Cheers, bros. Bonjour, messieurs. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Alex Tamayo says, hi bro, I really like your channel. What do you think about JBW watch? JBW. Oh, here comes the birds, guys. What would be JBW? It's still early for me. I don't know what we're talking about. Nataku, certified T3 bot and moderator, says, Jory, in Discord, we're talking about the Patty Turtle. Thoughts? I like the Patty Turtle. When that first, or I should say when I first learned about it, I really wanted one. Because I think that was a really well done turtle. But I kind of just want the basic black and gold bezel. Oh no. You guys said the birds too much in the comment section, and now you've summoned them. Man. Andrew Pereira says, what's up? What's on the wrist, dude? Lee Bishop, I can't show you until we hit 100, if we hit 100 today. Al M, brand new channel member. What is up, Milcom? We need to send him a link to the Discord chat so that he can get the perks. Thank you so much, Al, for supporting the channel. Seriously, we're making much more in-depth content this year. That's why the volume of content is not as high. So the episodes are going to be a little bit more cinematic, a little bit longer, and we need all the help we can get. So thank you so much, Al. You freaking rock. We can't do that without you guys, my channel members, my regulars. You freaking rock. Al says, sold! Okay, Milcom, I will figure it out. We're gonna go ahead and send you a link to the Discord chat. We need to find a more efficient system to send them out. WV David, are those starlings? No, they're legitimate parrots. That are like they're essentially invasive here. I've told this story before a few times, but I think so it's actually crazy. So in the 1950s, I guess, there was a pet shop here, around here in this neighborhood, and there was a fire. And so the pet shop owners opened all the cages and let the birds go so that the birds wouldn't die from like the smoke and fire. And they were parrots, like exotic birds. And lo and behold, they've like thrived here in this climate, and they live specifically in this neighborhood, and there are just flocks and flocks and flocks. And the crazy thing is they are so loud that people that own houses here sometimes have to call authorities to get them to like get rid of them in the tree, like in their house, because it is so freaking loud. It is crazy. But I feel like that's a cool problem to have, to be like, the dang exotic birds that live outside my house are just causing too much noise. Am I suggesting those birds should have been kept in cages? No, I'm suggesting that they should have been released, which is what they are. Fat Matt says, anyone can get invited to Discord channel. No, not everyone. We're not inviting everyone. It's a members only perk. That's the whole point. Amzal Kamran says, I'm so confused. How do I become a member? So, from what I understand, if you go to one of my videos, next to the subscribe button, there is a join button. And you click that, and then you can join the channel for like $4.99 a month, I think. And you support us, and I think some money does go to YouTube, obviously. Umar says, don't you feel awkward filming outside? LOL. You know what? Someone once told me something, and the older I get, the more I realize this. You'd be surprised how much people think of you when they're walking around when you learn how little they do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me reiterate that. You would be surprised how much people judge you in the daily world when you realize how little they actually judge you. Do you know why? It's because each person, these people walking around here, the people in front of me, they're way too consumed with whatever they're doing. They might for a split second look and be like, oh, okay, there's a guy talking to a phone, that's cool. Or they might be like, oh, that's interesting. But they're much too concerned. For instance, those people were having a conversation with each other. Do you think they're really going to stop and be like, hold on, Grandma, that guy looks dumb? No, they have their own lives. There's a mom with her daughter in front of me. They're playing around. Do you think the mom's really gonna stop and be like, can you believe this guy's talking to a phone? They have their own lives. They're making their own memories, and so am I. So no, I don't feel awkward at all, and I don't care. Core Callum says, the Chinese girl in last video is your girlfriend? Was she in my last video? I don't think my girlfriend was in my last video. But if there was a Chinese girl in one of my episodes, yes, that was my girlfriend. She's American, but she's of Chinese descent. So, yep, my girl's Chinese. Dean is here. Did you miss a rant? No, you didn't, Dean. We've only been here for 14 minutes, and I need to ask your permission before I even rant. So that's fine. And that fellow there, is that fellow there still here? I didn't see him. But Nataku, certified T3 bot and moderator, says, plus, everyone here is in LA, so they're kind of used to it. And that's right, because everyone in Los Angeles walks around being like, hey guys, I just had a donut today. I'm going to be famous on TikTok. Everyone's trying to be famous here. That's why that Velcro valet dude came up to me, and the first thing he said, he goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just live streaming." And he's like, "You trying to be famous?" See, that's why that memory sticks with us, right? Because he's an outlier. Because he's one of the weirdos that's actually like, "You trying to, what are you doing there? That's a phone?" Or, yeah. Dima says, "Jory, you literally filmed yourself getting coffee a minute ago." Or, like a month ago. Yeah, and I'm literally filming myself right now, drinking coffee. That's the point. You've proven my point, Dima. I said that that's what everyone does here. So that's not odd. That fellow there is here with the dope emoticon. Shane says, "I like donuts." Dude, I freaking love donuts. I think my favorite... Okay, so growing up in New England, I loved Boston cream. You know, like the chocolate frosting and then the custard inside. But dude, we didn't have Krispy Kremes in New Hampshire growing up, but we have them here. And so Krispy Kreme specifically, obviously Krispy Kreme glazed is like amazing, but so you really can't just be glazed, but Krispy Kreme has one where it's like a Boston cream filled donut where it has the chocolate frosting, but inside it's like fluffy cake icing. It is probably going to kill you, but it is so worth it because it is delicious. Yeah, Milk in the Moderator says, "I just like simple glazed donuts." Alrighty. Yo, so let's get some quick fire questions in here. I mean, I'm here to talk about whatever you guys freaking want, but the bird on watches is here. Weston Kai says, "Why'd you move to LA? My family moved to the East Coast from California in the 1990s. So did we, Weston. We may have been on the same plane." I think in 1993. So I was born in Santa Monica, which is on the Pacific coast. It's in Los Angeles, here by the beach. And in like 1993, we moved to New Hampshire so that like we could have a better upbringing, not in the superficial world that was the greater Los Angeles area. And we had a very kind of idyllic life in a small town in New England. And it was really awesome. I actually got to experience the seasons. We had snow in winter, we had rain in spring, and then, you know, floods when all the snow melts, actually. But then, you know, we had the summer humidity in the summer, and then autumn, dude. Autumn is the best season ever in New England. The leaves change. It actually feels like Halloween and Thanksgiving, and there's actually like a ton of history there, and it's not just the superficial history. Like Los Angeles history is like, oh, did you know Marilyn Monroe stayed here once? Oh, did you know that they filmed this thing here? It's like, okay, yeah, that's fine, that's cool. But in New England, the history is like, yo, the country started here, and that stuff's really cool. So, I'm not sure why we moved, because I didn't really have I never really made the decision why we moved to New Hampshire. But I moved back to LA for business. Okay, Johnny Watches is spamming, so let's see. Hey Jory, just to get a rant going, LOL. Do you think Tudor Black Bay will ever catch up to the Rolex Submariner, Yachtmaster, Deep Sea, etc., and the amounts of variations of color, materials, and dive rating? So it's already surpassed the Submariner with color variations, right? I mean, the Submariner doesn't have a Pepsi bezel. The Submariner doesn't have a GMT complication. The Submariner Like, let me be clear. They've used the Black Bay name for like the P01 or whatever that disgusting watch they came out with during Baselworld. That's also technically a Black Bay. That's a totally different case shape with a 4 o'clock crown. The Submariner doesn't have variations like that. The only change they've made to the Submariner is, okay, after the 1950s they gave it crown guards, and then, you know, sometime in the 2000s they switched it to the disgusting chunky case that I hate. So really, the Black Bay has already surpassed the Submariner when it comes to different variations, and I think that they've done a disservice to the name. They should have named a watch the Black Bay, and then these different watches a different thing, and made them actually different. Black Bay is a terrible watch. Uncle Reed says, okay, wrist check. Well, because he's my uncle, we got to do it. Let me move it. Let me move the camera down so I can show you guys. Oh yeah. Explorer 2 16570, no big deal. So okay, Bird on Watches actually has a very good question. Thoughts on the new 321, 321 Speedmaster display case back, patination, ceramic bezel inlay. I think it looks amazing. I think that movement, beautifully decorated display case back, I absolutely love it. Costs an arm and a leg. So this is gonna be weird to say this. I think that's a limited edition that is okay. Like, I think that watch is very cool. The way that Omega gets themselves in hot water is that they've done the Panerai thing. So Panerai is guilty of this. Panerai, every watch they release is limited edition, they say, or they say limited quantities. So then if everything's limited, then like what is the point, right? And so then Omega, for some reason, thought that was a good business model to do, and so every new Omega they come out with is limited or something. The 321, if they didn't do any of the other limited editions, obviously the Man on the Moon, the 50th anniversary moon landing, those are fine also, because that's why the Speedmaster's so famous. If they didn't do all the other superfluous kind of silly limited special editions, and they only, you know, they waited and they did the 50th anniversary Man on the Moon, and then they did this 321, everything would be fine. But yeah, the 321, so cool, so cool, so cool, so cool. Junior Johnson says, did you say the Black Bay is a terrible watch? I really like, yeah, it is. I don't like the Black Bay. It's overrated, it's overhyped. Everyone that butts heads with me about that watch, the only thing they say about it is, you like Rolex, it's essentially Rolex. It's made by Rolex. And I'm sitting here being like, dude, if that's your only defense for that watch, is it's essentially a Rolex, then you should have gotten a Rolex, okay? And then when I say that, people are like, wow, the time teller's a snob. He's saying that I need to spend money. No, I'm saying that you better find some new things to talk about other than, oh, this Tudor I bought is essentially a Rolex. It's such a bummer. And again, the Black Bay isn't actually a bad quality watch. What it is Tudor is just a bad company. They don't know how to run their company. Samuel, how about Zenith? I really like Zenith, but I'm actually making a rant about Zenith soon. So stay tuned, because there is some iffy stuff that has been leaked about Zenith. So yeah. Umar, will you ever grow your hair out just to match your beard? I don't know. Hoo hoo. No, probably not. Why would I do that? No. I've never heard that. Hoo hoo. H-U-H-U. It's like Hulu. Michael Powell's here. Cold, drizzle, Chicago, Chi-Town. What's going on? Marcos Rodriguez from Brooklyn. The Big Apple. Hey. He's wearing his Milgauss. Hey. That was on my grail list for a while. I'm not super into it though. You should do a video on Zodiac. I already did Nitaku, which is a huge bummer you don't know that because you're a certified T3 bot and a moderator. Do I need to take away your moderator privileges? Milcom, one of the real moderators, James K, please link my Zodiac episode for him because huge bummer he didn't know that. Clockwork Zero, hey, Paul, what up, Paulie? Certified T3 bot says, hey Jory, I just pulled the trigger on the Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot, but I have to wait 3 to 5 weeks for it to ship. First of all, Mazel Tov, congratulations. That's one of my favorite everyday watches. So freaking cool. I think was I wearing that when you were here? Man, I love that freaking watch. But that's the worst and the best part about buying a watch is that like you've bought it, but then the excitement, the anticipation of receiving it, that's the best. William Rizzo from the Florida Keys. Lee Bishop says, Jory, who's your favorite celebrity watch ambassador like David Beckham for Tudor or Thor for Tag? Probably, well, this is actually a very easy question. My favorite celebrity watch ambassador is me for Boulder. Because apparently I'm on Boulder's payroll. I'm not, guys, I'm not at all. No, my favorite celebrity watch ambassador is Tom Brady for IWC. Boom, dab. Tom Brady is still here. I don't care that the Patriots aren't going to the Super Bowl this year. They're still the best dynasty in the freaking world. Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, the best. And IWC. I think he used to be with Tag, actually. But I think now he's with IWC, so heck yeah. Still here, baby. You can take the boy out of New England, but you can't take New England out of the boy. Dab. Al certified T3 bot. That's right, Al. You're officially a certified T3 bot. Just picked up a Citizen Nighthawk. And I've actually made 2 episodes about that watch. Very, 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 very cool. Love that watch. Lee Bishop says, thanks for answering, bro. Of course I'm going to answer, brah. Cowboy, I love my Pro Pilot, one of my faves. I think it's overpriced, in my opinion. I don't think it's overpriced at all. I think it's very underpriced. I think it's very undervalued. You're getting a Swiss Movement sapphire crystal, incredible detail, incredibly solid build, a threaded crown with at least 100 meter water resistance rating, display case spec, in immense detail and resilience. The watch that's one of the most solid watches I've ever had. And you know the embarrassing thing? I have watches like this, okay? So the Rolex Explorer 2, okay? I have watches like the Tuna. I have watches like, you know, the Mudmaster. But somehow, okay, somehow, that Oris has gotten more beaten up than any of my other watches that I have specifically to beat up. And the reason is because I don't know why, but that's my go-to everyday watch. So if I put that on my nightstand or whatever, it's because like I always wear it. It's a great everyday piece. It's not too obtrusive to wear daily. Oh, there's 100 people. We're gonna do a wristwatch check. But it's tough enough if it's gonna get wet or if it rains or whatever. It's just a very, very cool watch and it kind of fits my whole aesthetic. I love the military design. It's just very cool. WV David, I'm going to talk about that in a moment, the applied indexes. But what's crazy about that watch is, for some reason, my cat Link, who I love forever, Link is the best cat that ever lived, he either really likes it or really doesn't like it, because he would constantly knock it off my nightstand. So that thing's like fallen from like waist level onto like hardwood floor on 4 separate occasions. And it's fine, and it's still well within COSC standards, and it's like a really, really, really tough watch. So that watch, super underrated, because guess what? If it didn't have the Oris brand label on the dial and it had something like IWC, that watch would be about 3 times as expensive. So it's incredibly undervalued. I got mine at $875 brand new, like 3 years ago, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, I don't know. But now it's like $1,300 because Oris is realizing we could actually charge a whole lot more for this watch. Now, speaking about the applied indexes, Oris just announced that they have revised. Some little doggies are trying to play with each other. Oris just announced that they have revised the Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot. It has larger, more kind of puffed up indexes with solid lume, they say. So all of that is lume, because my one complaint about the Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot is that the lume is not great. It's probably one of the poorer glowing watches that I have, which is unfortunate. So I think Oris realized that. They're like, how can we make this better? And they've redone the lume. So we're at 107 people. Let's talk about the watch I'm wearing today. This is my Rolex Explorer 2 16570. This is the 40 millimeter slim lug with the red GMT hand. This is the watch to get, in my opinion. 40 millimeters with this case. This wears like an oyster case should. Perfectly proportioned for a multitude of wrists. Also, that slim GMT hand that is red. I don't know if you guys have inferred this from other things, but red is one of my favorite colors. I think that olive drab, like gunmetal gray, burgundy, navy blue, kind of muted colors, but on the more vibrant end, red I really, really like. So that people asked me if I was wearing Red Wings. Let's talk about that. I'm wearing Red Wing 8-inch classic mock. These are 877s. I'm wearing olive drab Levi commuter jeans, Carhartt boot socks, Rolex Explorer 2. I modded these by cutting paracord 550 laces. I made my own laces for these. So the reason that reminded me about that question is because someone asked if I was wearing Red Wings, and then I was talking about how I love olive drab, and I realized I'm wearing my olive drab pants right now. Do I still like the Everose Rhodium dial Rolex Sky Dweller? Yeah, I do. I think the Sky Dweller is a bit bigger than it should be, but I think it's a cool watch, and I think that's the one to get. Bird on watches says, I have the 42 millimeter with the orange sweep hand. That's the GMT hand. The orange hand on that watch is the GMT hand, and I hate the dang thing. Nick, thoughts on the new Speedmaster 321? I love it. Costs an arm and a leg. We all knew that would happen. Certinas are tough watches. I agree. 100%. There's a squirrel in the tree above me. You don't like the dial on the Speedy 321? Well, it's essentially a reissue, right? It's very old school. You either love it or you hate it. patination with a ceramic bezel though. Thoughts on the new Alpinist? Here's what I'll say. I think the black one's actually the best looking one. So. Diesel 419, what's up? Laszlo Devi, certified T3 bot, says, I'm planning to buy a Seiko Cocktail Time green dial. Man, it's hot. I think everybody needs a Cocktail Time, man. I'm a huge fan. But yeah, from everything I've seen, everything I've looked at right now, I think the black dial has kind of a matte finish. And on the bracelet, I think that's kind of the watch to get, if I'm totally honest. I think that's a tough looking watch. Martin says, just ordered my first watch, Seiko SKX 007. My coworker has turned me into a watch fanatic. Looking forward to a great collection in the years to come. Congratulations, bro. Welcome to the gateway drug that is the Seiko SKX. That's what kind of pushed me over the edge into being a full-blown watch addict. And I think that's how a lot of people got into the terrible addiction that is watch collecting. So congratulations, enjoy it, and that's going to be a watch that you remember forever. Yes, apparently retail is it's over $700 on the new Alpinists. And that's a bummer, but again, that's what happens when Seiko has undervalued themselves for a very long time. I think the Alpinist punches way above its weight class. That's why I love it so much. And sorry, I have some lint on my jeans. And yeah, it's a lot more expensive than it was, so huge bummer. Jay, 2010. It's 2020, baby. Gotta update that. Says, what brands do you think will release the best watches in 2020? That's a really good question. I have some predictions. I have a feeling that Patek Philippe will release a solid yellow gold Nautilus. Okay, there used to be a solid yellow gold Nautilus, but they don't have one now because the whole hype is around, rose gold, Ever Rose. They don't call it Ever Rose, they call it rose gold. Rolex calls it Ever Rose. Who do I think is going to release the best watches? I'm excited to see what Vacheron does. I think JLC is going to go crazy. I think it would be very interesting to see what Seiko does with their new product lines and everything changing. I think no matter what Seiko does and no matter what Rolex does, people will complain about it. Let's be real. Yeah, I have some predictions. I'm actually going to make an episode about it. Reading comments. Montblanc is only going up in 2020. Well, Nataku, when we're looking at companies that I think are going to elevate themselves, Montblanc has already done that with the pulsometer. Okay, oh man, Montblanc could be a company that releases some crazy stuff because the pulsometer with the stainless steel and the salmon dial is freaking crazy. Okay, that watch is amazing. That proved that Montblanc doesn't mess around. So they could be going nuts, but I think Timex in 2020, that's probably a company you guys didn't expect me to say. I think Timex is going to be crushing it in 2020 because they're making a huge push to get more of a collector market. So that's a business that I think is going up. Chi-Town, California. Do you own a Montblanc Meisterstück? Yes, I do. I own the rollerball version, which apparently in the pen world is the equivalent of a quartz watch, which is perfect because quartz watches are what you wear when you need just a functioning tool. And my Mont Blanc rollerball is literally a tool that I use every day. I don't need a fountain pen that's going to smudge because I'm a lefty. So, yeah. Fernando, do I agree Omega's doing everything right lately? I think Omega's riding I think they're kind of riding it out coming off of the 50th anniversary. They know that everyone's focusing on the Speedmaster. So I think that they're just enjoying themselves and yeah, riding it out. Sithu Reynolds says, lefties for life, amen. Lee Bishop, Jory, do you think the big uptake in watch YouTubers like yourself is pushing these companies to produce more for the community, or same old? Do they listen? Lee Bishop is also a lefty. Amen, dude. Lefties rule, man. So, okay. I don't think... I need to be careful how I answer this. I'm not sure it's the YouTubers specifically, okay? I think it's the change in media as a whole. So companies are learning, the same way all of us are, that the business world and how people see your products has changed. So it used to be that there would be some magazine articles, like a magazine advertisement. It used to be that they would, they could sponsor a sports event. It used to be that they could put their watch on a movie star's wrist. Now they're realizing, okay, there's social media. There's this thing called Instagram. There's YouTube. So yes, of course, I think they're cognizant of it. I think the smart companies do listen. I think the smart companies do absolutely listen. That, wow, there's a very vocal enthusiast community, and we don't only need to market to the random people. We might want to market to the enthusiasts. And you know who's actually listening the most? It's not Omega, it's not Swatch Group, it's not even Rolex or Seiko, it's Timex. Timex has been listening to the enthusiast community, because Timex used to be just an off-the-shelf brand, just a brand that you would get randomly at like a Walmart or something. Not that there's an issue with that, but Timex, after their 2018 reissues of the Marlins, and they got like waitlisted, people at Timex were like, wow, there's actual collectors that love this stuff. Let's start reissuing stuff. Let's start introducing more enthusiast savvy pieces. And they've done that. So I don't know if I have the power to influence anything, because let's be clear, Rolex isn't contacting me, Zenith isn't contacting me, Swatch Group isn't contacting me. So I don't think that anyone there is aware of me. But do I think that Rolex is aware of people like Hodinkee and a blog to watch and like monochrome watches? Absolutely, because I remember in like 2018 or 2017 when Ben Clymer released an episode on their site, and he was like, hey, we have Vacheron's new collection for this year here. And I was like, wait, Vacheron just sends you guys their full like collection for the year? And I was like, wow, that is crazy. So yeah, these companies are obviously aware of certain people, but I don't think it's me, and I don't think it's I don't know. It's definitely not me, is what I'm trying to say. The wind is drying out my eyes, excuse me. That fellow there, Certified T3 Bot, says, how are the cats doing? Cats are doing splendidly. I love them. My kitties. Absolutely love them. Time Teller, how come no one talks about the Patek waitlist for the Nautilus? Because the Patek isn't as prevalent as Rolex. More people can attain Rolexes, so more people are upset when they can't get more people can attain Rolexes, so more people are upset when they can't get one because of a waitlist. most people can't even think about attaining a Patek, so they're not going to be upset when they're waitlisted because they can't get one anyway. Like I'm not going to be upset when I hear that Patek is waitlisting people because like I can't even get I couldn't even put myself on a Patek waitlist. Ghost, what's going to happen to this YouTube channel if these companies make contact with you? I'm going to see if I can get their watches to review. Wouldn't that be obvious? What do you mean? What do you mean? You think if Rolex contacts me and is like, hey, would you like to take a look at like a collection to make content on, you think I'm going to say no? Of course I'm going to do that. Now it's going to be honest content. If they send me Cellinis, I'm going to be like, well, these are trash and I hate them. But what do you mean, what's going to happen? Oh, I think I know. Do you think I'm going to become like a slave to them? Be like, this is the best company ever. Guys, just so you know, starting November 1st, 2019, the FTC, the Federal Trades Commission, has recognized that influencers, so social media influence, is a big thing. And what that means is starting November 1st, 2019, the Federal Trades Commission, so the government, okay, they made it so that if you are paid or if the company has sent you a watch to review, or not specifically watches, it's any commodity, it's anything, you have to mention that in your episode. So that's why, so this is starting November 1st. So this is why in my episodes and in my posts, I mention this was sent to me, this was given to me. So if I was contacted by a company and they have like sponsored my channel in any way, I would have to say, thanks for the sponsorship, so-and-so. So there's nothing crazy going on behind the scenes here, guys. I think you think this is a much more complicated operation than it is. That fellow there, Certified T3 Bot, says, Jory and T3 World. I've been seeing Barton Band sailcloth strap on a couple watches in the past month or so. What are some better companies for sailcloths? So, I think in September, Barton sent me a couple sailcloth straps, and I wore them for a while, and they're on a few of my watches. And I really do like them because they have integrated captive spring bars. And those are kind of the only ones I use right now. I'm not on their payroll. They're not paying me. But they're nice dudes. And I actually really like Barton. So I don't know of any better ones. Maybe Crown and Buckle has some sailcloths. But typically when I think sailcloth, I just think of Barton. Chi-Town, California says, it's not that complicated. Jory shouts into the camera and the editors try to make sense of it all. Bingo. Ghost says, what I like in this channel, what I like in this channel is the honest presentation you always do. Just want to be sure. Thanks for the answer. Guys, I appreciate you, Ghost. Thank you so much for the support. But what I don't appreciate is if you are a supporter of me and if you really do like this channel, then how can you be so concerned that I would just turn over and like lie to you guys? If you really are a supporter, then how can you be so worried that I would do that? Like what in my over 400 plus episodes has led you to believe that I would do that? That's so crazy. That's being like, hey man, I really love this channel. I just wanted to make sure you wouldn't lie to us. It's so odd. I think it's closed.
Oh, the whole library?
I've seen multiple people try to go in there. Sorry. I don't know if there's enough. You can check around the side, but I don't think that it's open right now. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's totally fine.
I had nothing to do with it. Dean, with the super chat. My dude, man, such a supporter. Him and his wife, because his wife said I was cute once. Huge supporters. They said, I have zero doubts about your integrity. Thank you so much. And speaking of, you know, spouses and significant others, that's like going to your girlfriend or your wife and being like, hey, I love you so much. I love you so much. I just want to make sure you would never lie to me. Like, I just wanted to be sure that you wouldn't lie to me. That would make them be like, what? Like, that's weird, right? So going back to what I was saying earlier. So, yeah, that's just weird to be like, hey man, love your channel. I just love what you do here. I just want to be sure that you wouldn't lie. That's just very odd. I don't know. Sherry Carpenter says, I have faith in you, Jory. Thanks, Brian. By the way, Brian picked up one of the WWW edition, or I should say the Serica WWW William Brown edition field watches, and he agrees with me. And guess what? All the people in the comment section that says, I know of a field watch, my field watch is better than that one. Okay, that's fine. You can have your opinion. But using those people's logic, you can't say that until you've seen it, and you haven't seen the WWW, and I have. So there. I use their logic against them. Fernando, are you going to make videos in 2020 with Teddy, Jody, or others? It's great when you do content. When you creators do things together, yes and yes. Nataku, certified T3 bot and moderator, says, Jory, I have loved you for a long time. Thank you. But I just want to make sure you're not going to lie to me. Dean says she means it too. Thank you, Dean. And thank you, Dean's wife. Reading comments. Defunct Legend with the super chat says, fist bump, fist bump, fist bump. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Thank you so much. Lyndon said, if you could collaborate with a brand, who would it be and how would it look? That's a great question. So if I could collaborate with any brand, who would I like really want to collaborate with? I mean, honestly, I could think of like any company. I'd be very happy to take a look at their collection. I'm trying to think of like who would. I mean, I would love to contact Oris and compare that Oris, the new Big Crown Pro Pilot, to my current Big Crown Pro Pilot. I think that would be really fun. Collaborate with Invicta. Dude, Grand Seiko and Creeder. Wouldn't that be funny? I mean, Serica, do you mean collaborate like make videos with? Because I kind of already did make a video with Serica because they sent me that watch to review. I'm not keeping that watch though, and they didn't pay me. I'm sending the watch back to them. Jeremy Rosenstock is here. What's going on, brother? Lee Bishop, hey, what happened to Federico and you? All good? No, we hate each other. There was a huge fight, man. We just hate each other. Don't even ask him about me because he'll tell you that he hates me and that I hate him. Guys, oh my God, people want drama so freaking bad. Dude, no, we don't hate each other. I don't hate him. I hope he doesn't hate me. Guys, we're fine. See, him and I had some live streams together, and then because we're two different people so the way the US is that there's an East Coast and a West Coast, all right? Like, we're on different time zones, so we need to like facilitate certain things, and his business has become busier and my business has become busier. So it's just more difficult to like schedule things. We don't hate each other. Like, we were doing some live streams together, and then because we haven't live streamed together in a little while, people assume that we hate each other. We're the same guy? Dude, no other watch YouTuber has this, so let's just be clear. Or this. J Rod says we should all start hitting up brands, giving Jory a shout out. Start with Oris. Dude, if you guys could all contact Oris and tell them to pay attention, that'd be great, because again, that Big Crown Pro Pilot, the revision, I'd love to see the nuances and see what they actually changed. Also, if I could take a look at that Pro Pilot X and make an in-depth like macro footage episode for you guys, that would be so cool to review the new titanium Pro Pilot X with like the 10-day power reserve or something. That would be very, 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 very cool. Clockwork with the super chat. Paul, my man, says Jory is trustworthy and very cool and down to earth. Well, guess what? I actually met him in person. So if he's saying that about me, I believe him. Don Sinachi. Yo, who's Jody? Never heard of her. No, Jody's the man. He's from down under. Actually, yeah, he's Scottish, but he's from, he lives in Australia though. Dude. Don Sinachi. Don, I think you're really gonna like the next episode we release, because maybe, just maybe, you make an appearance. I'm not gonna say nothing, Don, but let's just say we gotta handle some business. So what I'm saying is, yes, Don Sinachi's gonna be in the next review, so pay attention. Don Sinachi and Fabian Napoleano. Yes. Forget about it. High Heels Red Dress says, you single? Taken, sorry, have a girlfriend. That was my girlfriend, by the way, guys. Connie's in the chat. That fellow there, Certified T3 Bot, says, Jory, with all the new 2020 work with this channel, the T3 community, and your watch shop, will time away be slowing down, or are you going to be balancing work and play? It's more like balancing work, and my mental stability, because everything is just work now. So I don't want to say time away is slowing down. The thing is that we're trying to make the episodes more dynamic. So each episode's taking a really long time, which is fine, but I think they're coming out better. Also, there's going to be 2 live streams a week. There's going to be one on Saturday, and then there's going to be one during the week that's private for the channel members, and we're going to be doing reviews. Also, if you become a member for $4.99 a month, that live stream, I'm going to be showing you all the new inventory for the shop, and I'm going to be reviewing it for them. So honestly, guys, there is some value there. You get first looks at all the inventory, you get coupons weekly for the shop, and you can, that's like a very direct way to support the channel. That fellow there, Certified T3 Bot, says, hi Connie, your support for Jory shows. Keep helping him be sane. She makes me insane, actually. Nataku, Certified T3 Bot and moderator, says, hi Connie. Chi-Town, California says, you new here, bro? Connie's the love of his life. Love you, Connie. Everyone needs a little time away. Amen. Andrew says, hi from Wales. I wish I could speak Welsh, but I can't. It's dark, wet, well, it's dark and wet outside. That sounds like Wales. But it's all good. He's sorting his Submariner. Dude, you need a Submariner in the UK because it's always freaking wet over there. It's always raining. Lee Bishop is Welsh. Aren't you? From Wales? You guys are bros. Diesel said, I heard the dumbest hot take yesterday. Someone I actually suggested that Hamilton and Ball need to ditch their American heritage. That's foolish. I don't know much about Ball, but I know that Hamilton literally has their roots here in the US, and that's what makes them so special. Vintage Casio, don't know much about them. The only Casios I really use are G-Shocks, guys. I'm not a huge Casio guy. J-Rod says, the best thing about Jory is Connie. That's probably true. Marcos Rodriguez says, Jory, what do you think about the Hamilton Jazzmaster Day date? Blue dial, automatic. Looking right now, should I pull the trigger? I've said in multiple videos that every collector should consider a Jazzmaster. The reason why is because it's a very good way to get into a luxurious Swiss dress watch. So I would absolutely recommend Jazzmaster. Check it out. Nataku, I should go into an AD and talk watches for time away. That would probably be main channel stuff. Boston Terriers. High heels, red dress. Connie says, sing Soul Meets Body. I want to live where soul meets body. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. That's a joke because she knows I freaking hate that song. And for some reason, it's always stuck in my head, even though that song came out like decades ago. And I hate that band. And it's a terrible band. Soul meets body. I hate that song. Where did that even come from? That song is so old. It's like not old enough to be like classic or important, but it's like modern enough that it's just like it's terrible. It's just terrible. Now that I'm gonna go on a rant about who is that, the Postal Service or Death Cab for Cutie? They're the same band. I don't like Death Cab. The Colbin Poopscreech loves the whipped cream. Song rant. Yeah, I should have asked Dean if I was allowed to do that. Jory. Jory is as solid as sapphire, and his word too. That's right, Joel. And I don't scratch as easily, but I shatter easier than Hardlex. Shots fired. That's a that's a hot take right there. What's your decade of music? Man, I like so much music, man. I like it from a multitude of eras. I don't think I have a decade that I like. And you know when people are like, oh man, I listen to everything. And then you talk to them and they're like, oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that. I pretty much do listen to everything, including country. All right, I listen to rap, like gangster rap, anything from Wu-Tang to like Drake. And then I also listen to like metal and like grind, like crazy stuff. Yeah, I love 80s rock, hair metal. I even like the ballads, like Scorpion, dude. Heck yeah. Whitesnake. But yeah, I listen to, I do anything from Aldine, like country stuff. I listen to, what I listen to the most though is like metal that I think is not very palatable to a lot of people. Like Black Dahlia Murder and The Red Chord and like Between the Buried and Me and stuff. So I don't know if you guys even know those bands, but I really like that stuff. I listen to a lot. So yeah. Do I listen to salsa? Yeah, I love that stuff. Well, I like a lot of classical guitar stuff like the Gypsy Kings. I don't know if you know who the Gypsy Kings are, but they are very good and I've seen them live. As Blood Runs Black, yes, listen to them. Yep, Neil Peart passed away. Huge bummer, R.I.P. As blood runs black, my fears have become phobias is like one of my favorite songs. So Huey Lewis in the News. Yep. That's like a perfect snapshot of the 80s right there. Don't need money, don't need fame, don't need a credit card to ride this train. That's the power of love. Wham! Huge Wham fan. Come on. Burger Slayer, dude. Yeah, the Gypsy Kings rip, dude. Airwatch, hi from sunny Ness, Ziona, Israel. Muhammad says, what was your top affordable watch of 2019? Well, what is affordable is very relative. I know people get upset when I say, oh, this is quite affordable. And they're like, that's not affordable. Okay, everybody has different spending power, whatever. My top affordable pick of 2019. That's hard to say. What would be the top affordable pick of 2019 specifically? Maybe the Boulder Venture Automatic, because it's under 300 bucks and it's a whole lot of watch, and that technically came out in 2019. If you want to spend a little bit more, Oris, something from Oris. Or perhaps if you're not if you want a field watch but you're not interested in the Boulder, maybe Hamilton's reissue with the H10 movements and the white dial. I think that's great. Ooh, the pointer date. Oris pointer date. I think that might be a great pick. Do the Rolex robot voice again. Cardival Senpai, bro, how much you bench? More than you. Antonia, sup, brother? Diesel, have you ever been gifted a watch from a brand you hate, but you like it because of who gave it to you? For me, it's a Daniel Wellington. That's actually never happened to me. I've been very, very lucky. I think, and this is gonna sound very narcissistic, I think most people that are close enough to me that they would give me a gift know that I am in the watch business, and they probably don't feel comfortable buying me a watch. And so that's kind of a win-win, right? They know what I'm into, but they know that they probably, that I probably have that part taken care of. Actually, you know what? Get this. You know what? This is interesting. So before you could argue I've always been the time teller since the beginning of time, but before I had the channel, I was gifted a Bulova Precisionist, the big chunky one, and I tried for like a year to get into it. I tried so hard to like it. I ended up selling it. I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I don't know. It was a high frequency quartz. It was very accurate, very interesting watch. It was just ugly, man. It was just super ugly, and I could not get into it. It was, So yeah, that's why I didn't answer the question for you, because you asked if there was a watch that I was gifted that I didn't like, but I ended up liking it because it was a gift. And for me, I appreciated the gift. I tried to get into it for a year, and then I ended up selling it. Oris are so nice. I agree, man. Umar says, hi from Malaysia. What's going on, Malaysia? Sherry says, picked up the brown dial Hamilton khaki field for $309 from the J Company. Dave says, you gonna be the next Doctor Who? The Doctor? Since you've been telling time since the beginning, maybe. Exterminate. Bruce says, I will become a T3 bot next month, bro. Heck yeah, do it. Nataku Certified T3 bot and moderator says, at Connie, love your photos, love your photography. Heck yeah, man! Thanks for supporting her, dude. She's an incredible photographer. She's the best, honestly. And I'm not saying that because she's my girlfriend. I'm saying that because she's actually like an incredible photographer, and she taught me like everything. So if you like my photography on Instagram, only reason I know how to use that camera and lighting and stuff is because of Connie. And she's literally a professional. So Milk and the Moderator actually has a link to Connie's Instagram. So if you want to check that out, please do support her. Incredible photography. Umar has a very interesting question that surprisingly I get asked all the time. Umar says Marvel or DC? So the honest truth is that growing up, Marvel had better comics. Growing up, DC had better comics. I was thinking about Marvel because of what I'm about to say. Growing up, DC had better comics because they're a little bit darker, a little bit more noir, and that was very interesting to me. You actually dealt with like kind of deep emotions, but Marvel has way better movies. Has way better movies. DC just can't compete. So when we're talking about comics, DC. When we're talking about movies, Marvel. I think that's an easy way to kind of partition that. If you want a comic that is kind of deep and kind of dark and like real things happen, I would pick DC in a second. And again, when I was younger growing up reading comics, that was what I was into because it was a little bit more emo and a little bit like, ooh, wow. But then when it comes from a movie cinematic standpoint, DC just can't compete with Marvel. Jory loves emo. 65 degrees in New Jersey. That's actually warmer than it is here right now, which is crazy. Broer says, hello, big fan of your content. What do you think of Maurice Lacroix, the Aiken 39mm black dial? So that watch is kind of the Royal Oak homage. From what I've heard, it's a very solid watch. I don't have one in person, but I'm not a huge fan of that design. I just don't like that design. I've seen it too many times before, and you can immediately tell where they got that design. Freedom Van, any suggestions for wheels for my 03 G35? Just do what everyone else does and get TE37s. Just get Volk TE37s. Or change it up and get RPF ones. Is there any Nautilus I would own? Honestly, yeah, there is. If I could get a tropical dial stainless steel one that's like beaten up, like a vintage one, or vintage, a really old school one, then I would do that. Or I would just totally be a baller and get that slate dial rose gold chronograph. So, yeah. Like if I'm really gonna get a Nautilus, then I would just be a baller and get the rose gold chronograph with the gunmetal dial. That would be Otaku Certified T3 and moderator. What do I think of the Rainbow Daytona? Not a huge, like, I think it's a bit much. I'm not a huge fan of modern Daytonas anyway. And just putting the rainbow gems in it, it's not really for me. Johnny watches, your thoughts on the sub S and G, so steel and gold, so the two-tone, or just the stainless steel? Well, I own a 16800 from the 80s, which is just stainless steel, but I understand the appeal of having a two-tone sub. I think the Bluesy is the one to get. People are talking about anime. Yeah, I watch anime. I mean, I grew up watching Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Didn't get into Dragon Ball GT, but yeah, Inuyasha was really good if you're talking about like Adult Swim, like just kind of mainstream stuff. I really, really enjoyed One Punch Man. I really, really enjoy My Hero Academia. Dude, if you want a modern... Akira is one of my favorite movies of all time, by the way. If you want a really, really good anime, like a really good anime to watch, Fire Force, dude. Fire Force is so good. It's very fun. Yeah. Fire Force freaking rocks, man. You missed the wrist check. Let's do it. Explorer 2. Evangelion. Yes, watched it. I'm not as big of a fan as everyone else is, but yeah, it was fun. You guys remember Blue Gender? That anime was crazy. So here's what I think Burger Slayer. I think they, I said this like last live stream, I think they're gonna do something with the Explorer 2 in 2020, this year. I think that we might see even a ceramic bezel for the Explorer 2. You can quote me on that. I would not be surprised if they did a ceramic bezel for that watch. Vince is here. What's going on, man? Car Guy says, one of my Grail List watches, my all-time favorite. Thanks, man. Fernando Grand Seiko, a second Crisis to Swiss. I don't really know what you mean by that. Reading comments. Remember Outlaw Star? Outlaw Star was a really good anime too. The Star Wars ending. Oh, when Jar Jar kills Kylo Ren? Yeah. Heck yeah, have a good day, Vince. Thanks for dropping by. Targa, do you think Seiko will ever release a general issue Blue Dial Alpinist? Probably not. They already have the SPB 089. I don't think they'll do it again. Any thoughts on the Islander watches from Long Island Watch? I haven't seen one in person. I gotta get one in my hands. Yo, write to him and tell him to send me one, and I'll review it. I won't even need to keep it. I'll just send it back. Tim Allen's your favorite anime character? Huh? What is that from, guys? Huh? Home Improvement. God, I'm old. I am very old. Bremen says, I heard Jar Jar will be in the Obi-Wan series. Yes, I heard that too, and I actually read an article. People are freaking out because apparently Jar Jar is going to have a beard in that series. Do Gungans even grow facial hair? I'm surprised I even remembered that he was Gungan. That just came out of my head. Wow. I'm impressed with myself. I'm impressed with how nerdy I am. Who's my favorite Star Wars character? Probably Lando Calrissian. Jeremy says, dude, if I had a kid when I was 20, he would be your age. I wish I was old like you. Thank you. Airwatch Star Wars or Star Trek? I never got into Star Trek. Everyone tells me I need to, but I've never gone into it. But yeah, guys, so a few more quick fire questions, and let's do it. Let's do this. ARC 73, what are my thoughts on the SKX replacements? They're terrible. I made a video about it. Moderators, link them. The new SKX things, the Seiko 5, are trash. Diesel, RGM's in-house movements. Again, I'd like to make a video with them. Perhaps if you guys could, I'll write to them as well, but if you guys could give them a heads up and tell them that I need to take a look. I get so many questions. I need to get some in the office. I'd love to take a look at them. Thoughts on Richard Mille? I don't take them seriously. They're kind of toys. They look like toys. They look disgusting, and I don't like them. Milk and the Moderator has a link. The Seiko 5s are hot garbage. That's the name of the episode I made. Watch that and it'll tell you everything you need to know about the new Seiko 5s, or the 5KX as people are calling it. Nick Turnka, Jory, any style, color, material, or complication that is not out there that you would like to see in 2020? You know what would be cool, which I don't think will happen, but would be nuts? They should make a Submariner in titanium. If they made a titanium Submariner, I think it would actually sell very, very well. And it doesn't even need to be fancy. If they made a titanium Submariner with a black dial, black bezel, I think it'd be nuts. Fernando, do you think Grand Seiko is setting a new standard in design and tech? Yes, they have, and they've been doing it for a while, and they're still doing it. Milk and the Moderator says, I gotta go, Nataku, you're the only moderator. Okay, I'm going to be leaving soon too, so let's get some more questions in. California sunshine, you can't shovel it. Amen to that, baby. Reading comments. Mailbox update. It's happening. Only have so many days of the week to take care of that, and usually when I'm at the mailbox is to send watches out. Do I like the new Seiko Arnie? No, I don't. It was a very cool watch when it came out. The bezel is that weird composite plastic, the shroud, I should say. I don't like that. The Digituna, when I got it, I thought it would be fine, but then I found out that that plastic shroud, the thing that's supposed to protect the watch, is very easy to scratch and chip, and it's not like the resin that G-Shock uses where it can absorb, knocks. So if they're using the same material in the new Arnie reissue, which they are, it's going to be, just as bad. Michael Paris says, my first live stream from you. Great job. Thank you so much, brother. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Is the new Alpinist better than the Sarbo 17? No, absolutely not, actually. That fellow there, Certified T3 Bot, says, which watch would you like better if manufactured by a different company? That's an insane question. Man, how do I even extrapolate that? Which watch would I like better if it was made from a different company? Bless you. Which watch would I like better if it was made from a different company? Okay, here's kind of a cop-out answer. If Panerai was still made by Rolex, I would like Panerai better. And do your history, guys. Panerai was once made by Rolex. So yeah, if Panerai was made by Rolex, then I would love Panerai a lot more than I do currently. And I own a Panerai. So that's, save it and make an episode. That'd be great. Yeah, I'll probably make an episode about that. Arc73 says, yeah, great job, Jory. Love the channel. Thank you so much, brother. Fernando says, keep the beard and the joy. Thanks, bro. Bye. Later, brother. Man, that's such an interesting question. Would you like the 5KX if it was priced at, say, $150? I wouldn't like the watch because I think it's a dumb watch. Why would you make a dive style watch? It doesn't have a threaded crown. I think it'd be more reasonable if it was priced at $150, but I still wouldn't like it. I think it would be a dumb watch that was reasonably priced. Have you seen my Panerai? Yes, a very long time ago. The episode's titled The Problem with Panerai. Gonna make another episode about it, though. Do I still own the Seagull 1963? Yes, I do. Nataku certified T3 bot and moderator. Have a good one. That fellow there, remind me in Discord in the suggestions section, and I'll make the episode about it. Johnny Watches says, thanks for the hard work, bro. Keep up the good work. T3 is my channel, and the family gives me time to watch. I know where their bread is buttered. Yeah, amen. Umar says, thanks for the live stream, Joy. Really enjoyed it. Keep up the excellent work. All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, I'm out of coffee already, and my batteries are about to die. Wearing a Rolex Explorer 2. So, guys, we're going to wrap this one up. Second live stream in 2020. Join the channel. Please do. We need your support more than ever, and there are actually some really cool perks that we're doing in 2020. Click the join button for, I think, $4.99 a month. $4.99. Some of that money does come to the channel and it helps us out. So channel members get one extra live stream, private live stream a week, where you guys get to see all the new inventory for the shop. You get weekly coupon codes to the T3 shop, and you guys actually get to pick what we talk about in that private live stream. And you get a link to the private Discord server where we all chat 24/7 and we hang out. So thank you so much, guys. Jeremy's in Thailand having a blast, I'm sure. Young Excellency. So yeah, join the Discord, guys. I want to see everyone there. It's a whole lot of fun to hang out with my regulars, and it's a way kind of to have a live stream, but throughout the week we just get to hang out and talk. So guys, please get out of your comfort zone. The year is still brand new. Make 2020 your year. And the only way to do that is to attack what's bothering you. If something's making you uncomfortable, if something's giving you anxiety, if something is looming over your head, the only way to feel better about it is just action. Take massive action against that attack, and I mean attack in a good way. Like, get it done. Get out of your comfort zone. I'm working to do better at that. We're all working to do better at that, and yeah, let's figure it out together. So let's take action. Get out of your comfort zone. Number 2, tell someone you love them. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling unsure, or you just don't know what's going on, sometimes you just need to show love to get love. So you shouldn't have to go a moment without telling someone you love them. So guys, I love you, each and every one of you. You guys freaking rock. What would I do without you? I love you guys. Have a great rest of the week. Weekend, I should say. I will see you on the Discord server. And yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. It's going to be a big one. Don Sinacci's there. So yeah, guys, thanks for the support. I love you. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. All right, guys. Later.